Namaste, and a very happy Independence Day to all of you. I wish you all a lot of wealth, happiness, and a long life. I want all those things for myself, and I hope you have them too. So, my name is Smita Bhattacharya. I am an author and also a management consultant. And today I have been requested to talk about a few things about my literary journey. So what am I going to really talk about as part of this video are really two things. One is how to get that damn book written, how to start and how to finish and how to get it done even if you have a full-time job like I do. And secondly, something about cozy mysteries. That's a kind of book I write and I really love reading them. And I write what I love reading about, and I want to talk a bit about how to conceptualize it, what are cozy mysteries, and how can one really read and plot such a mystery and get it out into the market. I hope you can stay until the very end to catch me in both these phases. So the very first thing I promised you is to tell you how to get that damn book written. Now let me tell you, for the longest time, okay, for almost many years, I cannot tell you how long because that will reveal my age, but for the longest time I have been thinking, okay, so one day I'm going to write a book. One day I'll be so free, I'll have so many resources at my disposal. I don't know what resources I was thinking of. I had a laptop, I had notebooks, I had pens, I had imagination, and so I thought one day I will get the time to sit and write. But let me tell you, that absolutely never happens. You want to write a book? Sit down right now, maybe after this video, not right now, but sit down today and write one page. That's all you need to do. One page every day. Even if it's just swear words, or even if it's just what happened during the day, how shitty your boss was, but just write it. Let me tell you, you finish say about 10,000 words, that's your first milestone. Then you will finish 20,000 more words, that's your next milestone. And once you've undergone these milestones, you will have a passion, what we call junoon, to finish the book, to see it to its end. Now I know the first part of writing a book is plotting. Some people like to plot, some people like to write the book or feel or live the book as it goes along. There are many kinds of writers, but you will never know the kind of writer you are until you start. About myself, let me tell you, I like plotting. So there will be, I have a small notebook where I write about my characters. I write about their motivations. One of my friends had given a very good suggestion that if you're thinking of plotting, if you're thinking of a book, cut out the character pictures from magazines and stick them, and that will help you describe it better. So most of my readers say that I describe so vividly that they can actually imagine the whole world in front of them. Cutting out pictures helps. Take cues from your neighbors and your friends, and even plots can come from newspaper articles. Take out any newspaper article or a story which you thought was stunning, then draw out the characters in your notebook, cut out pictures of that, and just start writing. Write anything, but write every day. Write say 100 words, 200 words. That will slowly move to 500 words. Sometimes authors use something which is called a sprint. So tell yourself every day for half an hour, just half an hour, I'll just write. Just keep typing, and then you will see someday, it's like exercise. You exercise every day, someday you're bound to lose weight. It's bound to happen if you do it every day. So that's how you get the damn book written. If you have a job like mine, I'm a consultant, so I travel very often. Where I used to write, everybody used to ask me, how do you find time to write? So I fly a lot. I used to be in airports very often, so I would use those audio recorders to record what I'm saying as plots and transcribe them later in the book. Or in a hotel room, in the night after you finished work, I would tell myself, okay, write first and then dinner. It's a lot of discipline, I agree, but authors are passionate people. You will really want to do what you want to do, and you will do it. Now, writing is not the end of it. Writing the first draft is only the first step. After that, get it beta read from friends and family who would say, I will do it because they love you, you know. Get it beta read, then you got to revise. No writer ever, a writer worth his or her salt, has published a first draft and become famous, or not even become famous, found readers. You have to get it revised. You have to revise it yourself again and again, get it beta read again. This process goes on until you're completely satisfied with the book. It can take from 6 months to 1 year, but believe me, the product is your baby, and it's a product or a baby for life, and you would love it. So my number one tip is, you want that book written? Sit right now and write it right now. As I had promised, the second part of this video was going to be a bit about cozy mysteries. Now, mysteries can be of various kinds. They can be hard-boiled mysteries, they can be spy thrillers, they can be what we call police procedurals, where you have to know forensics and you have to be able to talk about how police actually go around step by step finding out the killer. The kind of mystery I like to write are called cozy mysteries. So this is my book, Kiss of Salt, which is a cozy mystery. Typically, these are set in small town. For example, this is set in Goa. A couple of my other mysteries are set in a small town in Romania, or they're also in Mumbai, but in small areas. The investigator is usually a woman, and it's not a very serious book. There are comic elements into it. The investigator solves crimes. They're usually amateurs. They're not detectives, or they're not they can be private investigators, but they're not really into the profession of solving crimes. And often the murders are incidental. Them solving them is also incidental. They get intuitions, they have feelings, and now, cozy mysteries are also accompanied by a lot of other players. There are cupcake cozy mysteries which happen in bakeries or solved by bakery owners. There are cozy mysteries which are facilitated by, say, pets like dogs and cats. They happen on the seaside, so it's a lot of atmosphere, like, okay, it's a seaside mystery, so there's a beach and there are the palm trees and there are these coconut sellers, like you'll find in Kiss of Salt. You will be transported to Goa. That's the idea of a cozy mystery. Or you can have something like Tana French writes in Ireland, or even a couple of the Agatha Christie mysteries are cozy mysteries because they happen in specific locations like Nile. They happen in Spain, or they happen in small towns. So usually it's a very, the word cozy is, what does it make you feel? Like, you'll have a cup of tea and you will have a blanket when it's cold, of course, and you'll have a television and you will sit and you will just, huddle up and do something which is quite cozy, like the name goes. So similarly, it's these kind of books will give you a very feel-good feeling. At the end of the day, you would want to be the investigator. You would be living in her shoes, solving the mystery, and feel good about yourself. It's not always hunky-dory. There are sometimes tragedies which happen, but usually cozy mystery writers try to avoid that. There's no violence. There's no obvious violence. There is no obvious sex. The murders are not very gruesome. And it's a small town setting, so you have small town bakeries, small town coffee shops, friends for years, and family gossip. So it's a very family-like atmosphere and feeling. So I really love reading them, and you can write them basically inspired by your own self and your own surroundings. So, for example, my second book was based on Bandras Chapel Road, and that's because I go there very often and I'm very enamored by that place, and I thought that was a fitting setting for my book. And the third one which I'm writing, this is a Darya Nandakarni detective series. The third one which I'm writing is set in Romania, because last year I spent a couple of months there on a sabbatical and I loved the country, and I thought this would be the best place for Darya to come and solve a mystery. So cozy mysteries are a little bit easier to write because you can be inspired from your own atmosphere and your own friends and family, and write something which you typically will live out. So when I'm writing it, I feel like I'm living out the mystery, and I absolutely love it. So in the end, I want to say thank you for your time, thank you for listening to me. I hope you can read my book sometime, and more importantly, if you really want to write a book, I hope you can write the book and think of me as someone who inspired you to do it. A very happy Independence Day again, and I hope you have a glorious year. Thank you. Bye-bye.